Hi everybody. Nice freezing cold morning for you. Well, it is here anyway, so we don't know yet. It's like video about daily driving classics, to be honest. That's what it's about. I mean, obviously it's freezing. I mean, there's frost died to scrape screen off of Zephyr this morning. She just fired up and fetched me down. Heater works, you know, everything's fine. No problem. So, I mean, I was thinking about this the other day because I had to go down and sort of transit out for somebody, and it was a V4 in it, and young spanner man over in the town, and it was where I actually started. I mean, I'm going back, it's like 50 years. I mean, I was 10-year-old when I started messing about with Barry, and about 10-year-old or something like that. Anyhow, I could still see it fenced. I sat and went door opened on his prefab building, and he popped his head out. Digger, come on down. Come on in, and there were old Hillman minks he took for tests and stuff like that. I mean, it was a bit of a nostalgia trip really, but I was thinking about it because, I mean, we were in that place for quite a while. I didn't really go to school. I wasn't a school person. I didn't like school. My mum was poorly, and so it took me on the wing really. And anyhow, then we moved next door with this transit law. Anyhow, I started transit, fun problem for that. But ballast resistors had gone. He didn't really understand what a ballast resistor was. So, but tell him what problem I wanted to get one and get him to sort it out. But I remember when I was down there with Barry, I mean, I bought an 100E. I mean, I was only young and I wasn't driving. And VPP 571 reg, and it was, I'm sure that was reg, it was a 100E, 3-speed side valve forward. Bought it from Scrappy, 20 quid or something. Messed about with it for ages, up at garage up at home, and you know, as you did things in them days. And just played about. I mean, I can remember even going at the first custom car show at Doncaster. I mean, that'd have been about 78 or something like that. I mean, I think I keep a kick or Cliff Moore, I think, who actually sorted it out. Used to upholstery and clubs and stuff like that. But I can remember all that. I mean, but the reason I was on about like that with daily driving is because it's if cars were in your blood, you know, and I just like, I mean, I started working on them young and there were loads of interest in them. I mean, it's the same when it was like time to drive and that, I always had old cars, and then, I mean, I had old 3-litre Capris when everybody were running around in the new Escorts and Cortinas and stuff like that. I had old stuff, really old stuff. I mean, well, I can't ever remember when I hadn't really had old cars surrounding me, XJ6s, Stainless Sovereigns, you know, Zephyrs, stuff like this. It's all surrounded me. So, but what I'm saying is that these cars, I mean, people ask me, is that alright to drive daily? And top and bottom, the answer is yeah. So long as they're maintained properly and you upkeep everything, I can't see any problem. I mean, I don't really see point of modifying them because a lot of people want to modify them, then they turn around and say, oh, I've done this, or it's only got a one-line brake system, or it's only, I put a 2 in, and well, if your brakes are failing, no matter if there's got a 99 line system, eventually, when it runs out of fluid, if there's going to leak, something's going to happen. You're not going to, the pedal's going to go to fluid. So if you've got an issue, don't drive it. Just deal with brakes, sort it out. That's the end of the problem. So, like I said to them all, if you've got a sorted car, you haven't got an issue. You've got, you know, you're in a situation where it's just a car. I mean, it's like I want Zephyrs and I like V4s, they're sensible on fuel. Now, if I trundled into London and back every day, and I wanted to use an old car, well, I'd probably use a Zodiac or something with a 6 in. Something that's just a bit better at motor. I'd also find one with an overdrive. I'd buy the right car for a job. You know, it's down to selection. I mean, they'll sit in traffic, they get a little bit flustered and that, but as long as you've got your rad rate and that, they'll hold the temperature, you know, and blocks being cleaned out properly. But like I'm telling you now, I mean, there's absolutely no problem with you driving a classic car in everyday circumstances, none whatsoever. I mean, obviously you've got cheaper insurance as long as you're telling your insurance if you're commuting on it, which you need to really. And also you've got your cheap tax, you can get into cities now with this new whatever it is, where they're charging everybody £1 million and just go into the city. So they have got the plus points, but you've got to really find a sorted car and a car that everything works correctly on. And I mean, there's absolutely no problem in that at all. I mean, I'm doing some, I've just sold an FB Victor. I mean, one of my own cars, no through it company. I mean, I've got loads of my own cars. I've had loads of these cars for years, long before this company ever come along. And I sold it to a chap, and he used to have an FB Victor before, and he even told me, he even got done in it twice for drinking and driving. So there's obviously some sentimental value in it. And That's getting done for him to go next year now. And he wants to use it on a regular basis, save him some money on all this ULEZ or whatever. So I can't see any problem with it. I mean, obviously I'll do head gasket because it's had an head gasket sat in it forever. Obviously going through brakes and it's having a quick flash off over a paintwork. I mean, it's like I've got some of these Mach 4s coming up. They'll be available. They'll be good for daily driving. But what I'm saying to you is like when people ask me, are they all right for daily driving? A simple answer is yeah. But really, just keep them standard and just keep things simple. They're easy to maintain, and when you look at maintenance book on an old car, they tended to have intermediate services about 3,000, then 6. You know, they had regular service intervals, so you had to like gap points. You know, I don't think it's going to be a modern car like some are now. They never even drop oil and then wonder why they fall apart. You know, they've got oil like, what is it, a level light on dash. They don't like that. You have to dip your oil, you have to keep checking your water, you have to keep gapping your points, you know, the tap it's setting. It is a different animal, but it can be a completely enjoyable experience. Now, I don't know if any of you are bothered about this or are paying any attention, because I get a few comments, but, well, like I've just said, if you want to drive a classic car as a regular driver, there's no problem. When manufacturer made them, they didn't make them so you didn't have to drive them. So that's a simple answer to what somebody asked me. Can I use a classic car as a daily driver? The answer is yeah, because I do, and there's no problem at all. So that's it anyway. So give us a few comments and give us a like if you like it, and subscribe if you want to hear some more about it. Thank you very much.